Hey, it looks like we are live. It is Sunday night, so you know what that means. It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard, and we want to welcome you out tonight. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. And let's get this show on the road. So let me move some things around here and share my screen. And there you go. Okay, so this is onlinebeautybiz.com. This is my blog where I train representatives. I train all the representatives on my team, but it's also available for any representative. The training in here is available for everybody. And so it's onlinebeautybiz.com. If you're brand new, you'll want to go to the top where it says Getting Started up here. And there is everything you need to know to get started, like how do you get paid? How do you set up your website? How do you make money? You know, all of that. Hi, Anitra. Hi, Lana. Hi, Lily. Good to see you guys. Happy Sunday. And then, so that's the Getting Started. And then this is the main part of the blog here. It says, welcome to my blog. That's the main part of the blog. And then you have over here, you have what's called the sidebar. And right here, if you're not already on my email list, you can sign up to receive emails from me. But if you're receiving emails, you're already on there. And then underneath that is a search. And so you literally can search for pretty much anything that you want to learn about. Or we have categories. So, you know, if you want to learn more about follow-up or fundraising or goal setting or whatever, you can find it in here. Anything that's tagged with those categories would show up in there. And so if you're on a computer, it looks like this. If you're on a phone, this main part will be first, and it'll be like 6 or 7 posts, and then underneath it will be the sidebar. So this part here, so the search and all of that will be underneath. So you just have to scroll down. Hi, Karen. Hi, McKenya. Good to see you. Kenya. Hi, Kenya. Good to see you. Awesome. Kenya's brand new. So this is, like I said, my blog, and this is how you're going to find your way around it. So today we're going to talk about this one right here. Work now, play later, and build a thriving Avon business. And so, you know, I mean, being your own boss is awesome, right? I mean, when you choose to work now and play later, you can get anything you want out of your business. If you're willing to put the effort in up front, you can have anything you want. And so, you all have different reasons. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. You all have different reasons why you started Avon, right? I mean, maybe you started so you could make money while balancing your life. Maybe you wanted to be home with your kids and you needed something that could be built around your kids' schedule. Maybe you're looking for, freedom, for like that mega income that people talk about. Well, all of that's possible if you're willing to put in the work to build your business. So before we go into that, though, let's just talk about building your business. So growing your Avon business is really pretty simple. There's just 4 steps. Hi, Sin. Good to see you. So there's only 4 main steps to building your business. Number 1, you need to prospect for new customers and recruits. Number 2, you need to get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, you need to follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to, every campaign. Number 4, take the order, submit it to Avon, deliver to your customer, or send them to your online store to place your order, and then it's rinse and repeat. It's just literally those 4 things over and over and over again. Now, there's lots of ways to do them. That's why we have training every week, right? But so let's start at the beginning. So prospecting for new customers and recruits. If you're brand new, we ask you to build a list, to create a list of everyone you know. You can do it on the computer, you can do it on paper, however you want to do it, but get it out of your head, because once you get people out of your head, it frees you up to think of more people. And so, everyone just write them down. It doesn't matter if they're interested in Avon or not. We're just building a list, right? Hi, Lisa. And then all you're going to do is, if you're new, is you're going to work through your list. You could say, I'm going to call or text or email 3 or 5 people a day or whatever. And you just text them or call them or message them or whatever, and just say, hey, I just started a new business. I'm really excited. Would you like to see a brochure? And then that's just that simple, right? And then once they say yes, now you add them to your list, and now you're going to make sure they get a brochure every campaign, and we're going to go through the whole process, right? So if you're not brand new and you already have your list, hopefully you've been working your list should be a living, breathing document. You should always be adding people to it and crossing people off and whatever. Don't ever assume that somebody wouldn't be interested. You never know. Especially right now, we have high-end products. I have like a super she's actually on my team, but she plays around a lot, but she's super rich, and her husband's super rich, and so her and her friends, they get plastic surgery all day long. Do you know what I mean? But they love our new Mission Luxe Rev. And so she's going to town with that. So don't ever assume that, well, somebody wouldn't like our products or that somebody wouldn't need an Avon opportunity, because by not offering it to them, you're making the decision for them. And it's not a big deal, right? You just say, hey, I just started selling Avon. I'm really excited. Maybe mention something that they might be interested in. If they're a guy, you could say, we have some amazing, dishwashing pods that you throw in the dishwasher, or these sheets that you throw in the laundry that just make it really easy. Would you like to see an Avon brochure? And if they say yes, fine, get them a brochure and add them to your list. If they say no, no problem. How's Mike doing? Whatever, just move on. You don't need to dwell on it. They didn't hurt your feelings. Don't let that hurt your feelings, because it's just a simple yes or no. They want to see an Avon brochure. It has nothing to do with you. Okay. And if they don't, then there's no reason, nothing changes in your relationship. Right. And then, but as you keep going now, as you're building your business, you need to be prospecting for new people. That's the number one thing. Actually, all four of these are critical to your business, but the prospecting for new customers, to make your business grow, it's always in the new. It's always in the new. People are going to get old. They're going to die. They're going to fall off. They're going to not be interested in Avon anymore. Whatever. You're going to lose people. You're going to have attrition. And there's not a single company in the world that doesn't deal with that. Every company deals with that. You're going to have attrition. And so you're always looking for new customers and new recruits to build your business. And so then you're going to get a brochure to them. And whether that's paper or digital, that's up to you, how you want to work your business. But just whatever you do, make sure you do that every campaign. And then you're going to follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to every campaign before you place your order. And I don't want to hear anything about how, I don't want to bother her. Or if she wanted something, she would have called me. No, it doesn't work that way, you guys. In this world, we're all too busy. Every one of us is too busy. And if you don't follow up, I can almost guarantee you won't get an order. It'd be very rare that you'll get an order without doing the follow-up. It's just how it is, right? And then you're going to submit the order to Avon or send them to your website. So we have a system that's going to help you do these things. And so
you got a couple of Denise and Sherry. Howdy.
Denise and Sherry, hi. Good to see you guys. So we have our Daily 8 system. And basically, when following this consistently, the Daily 8 plan is going to help you maintain the consistency required to build a thriving team and an exponentially expanding residual income. And it's going to help you build your sales and everything, right? So instead of working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, your goal is to capture 8 points a day, 5 days a week, for a total of 40 points a week. And so right here it says print this sheet and use it to track your points. I already downloaded it. It's right here, maybe. Right here. And so this is like 9 pages. Most of it is explaining it and ways that you can prospect for more people. The one that you really need is this page 2. Obviously, you want to read the whole thing, but you can print off like multiple copies of this page 2 and just work from this page. But it's really simple. Just put the week, like today's date or tomorrow's date, the week of, today, if you work on from Sunday on or Monday on, what days of the week you're going to work. And you should really be consistent with this. Even if you're only doing this part-time, even if you only want to make a little bit of money, you should still be consistent with it if you want it to be successful. So if that's 1 hour a day, if that's 5 hours a day, if that's whatever, you should try to do it 5 days a week, or at the very least 3 days a week or something. But figure out what you're going to do and plot it out here. So you're going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe you need Wednesdays off. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Or maybe you're going to work more on weekends. So plot it out here, what you're going to work. And then you're going to get points for doing all these things. So prospecting for customers, giving out brochures, paper or digital, collecting contact information. 1 point for every name. So if you're brand new and you're working through your list and you've texted somebody and you've said, hey, I just started selling Avon, would you like a brochure? And they say yes, that's a point. You got a point because they said yes and you've got their contact information. I mean, you already had it, but now you're going to put them on your list, right? If you are out and about and you're meeting people as you go about, maybe you're going through the check stand at a grocery store or something, and you say something to the girl there, hey, I sell Avon. Have you seen our new digital brochure? We have this really amazing digital brochure. You can literally just scroll through it on your phone, or you can talk about our virtual brochure, hey, it's really cool. It has videos. You can try on colors, whatever you want to say to them. Can I send it to you? And then you ask them for their name and their phone number. You put them in your phone right then, and then you text them the digital brochure. So you want to have that set up and ready to go. But that's a name. Now you've got the contact information, right? So then you go home and you put them in your follow-up, right? So the same thing, prospecting for team members, collect contact information, 1 point for every name. Now, because you just met them, Anitra says, people forget, and they have a copy of it and they don't look and they forget to call if they find something. Anitra, you are spot on. I say this all the time, and some of you might think it's gross, but the majority of people are looking at your book on the toilet. I hate to say that. They're looking at it in the bathroom. People don't have time. So it's either in the bathroom or maybe they're laying in bed and it's late at night and they're looking through the book and maybe they're marking up the pages, but they can't call you right now because they're doing something else. And so they put the book down, and there was things they wanted, but if you don't follow up, that eventually that book's going to end up in the garbage. They're going to forget all about it. But if you do follow up, they're going to be like, oh, hold on, I already marked it up. Let me get it. And boom, you got an order. So Anitra, you're spot on. So now you've met these people, and so 2 to 3 days after meeting them and getting their contact information, you want to follow up with them. Just a quick, hey, I met you at Walmart or whatever on Tuesday, just checking to see if there's anything I can help you with. And then now they're going to go on your regular brochure, your follow-up. So you're going to get a brochure to every customer, every campaign, right? So you're going to add them to your brochure list. You're going to do follow-ups every campaign. So you're going to add them to your follow-ups and then, all of that, right? You're going to get points for doing all these things. So literally you could just keep this by your desk or keep it wherever in your purse or whatever, and mark these points off as you get them so that you are keeping track of what you're doing. We get down, place your order, you're gonna get a point for that. Sort and deliver your orders, I got a point for that. If you got a lot of orders and it takes you a while to sort them, give yourself more points. This is your business. This is your tracking for your business. I'm not here to judge you or to tell you what you're doing and what you're not doing. Passive prospecting, we give you a point for putting out brochures door to door. Like if you spend half an hour or an hour and you're tossing brochures in the neighborhood, that's 1 point because you're not getting their contact information. You're still doing something to help your business, but it's not the bread. Your bread and butter is going to come from contacting people, getting their name and phone number, and doing the follow-up. All of this other stuff is important. It's all ways to bring more people into your business, right? Posting posts on social media. So scheduling out your social media posts, you give yourself time for that. Having a party, event, or show, give yourself a point for that. And then, if you sponsor or enroll somebody, of course you get a point for that. And then training them, looking at your leadership reports. Then we get down here to business training. This is like what you're right now, our Sunday Facebook Live, or Avon U, or training on online beauty biz, or Avon does Facebook. They have stuff on their Facebook group. They have webinars all the time, 5 or 6 a week, it seems like. There's always something for you to be learning, and personal development. Now, these are important to your business. These things down here, reviewing your reports and your business training, your personal development, those are important, but they're not going to make you money. They're not going to bring you more customers. So I want you to try to do those more during the off hours and focus the bulk of your business building time with the top part of this list. So if we go through the more pages, just offer you more ideas about how to get those points. Okay, so that's the Daily 8 plan. And then we have a Daily 8 challenge. So you can click here. Every week I send out an email and I post on Facebook to log your Daily 8 numbers. That means you come here and you just fill it out, your name and your email, what campaign we're on, how many points did you earn, what were your wins this week, what did you accomplish or do well, what are you proud of, what did you not do so well, and then, it's just some basic, right, information. This is like going to help you. It's not for me to judge you. It's not for me to determine you did the right thing or you didn't. This is going to help you, because if you take just the minute or two that it takes to say, what were my wins this week? What did I do really well? Already, I should do more of that, right? Or what did you not do so well and how can you do better next time? The minute it took you to figure that out, now you know what to do next time, and you're going to get better on your own. That's really what this is all about. And it's a way of you checking in and letting me know what you're doing, because I don't know unless you tell me. And so and then I will recognize you. I will be here to cheer you on. I'm your cheerleader. I'm here to support you. And so I might send you a card. I might post in Facebook something about you. I might praise you, whatever. But this is just it's just a sheet where you can check in, and that's all this is, right?
Yeah, we may use your tips to help other people too. You may have something we hadn't thought of, or if it's something that we've done and we've had kind of the same problem with it, we can give you how we work through it. So it's really helpful for all of us.
Yeah, and I've even had people that have filled out the form and they've put something in that they struggled with, and I've been able to email them privately and say, this is what will help you with this. Because we do have a lot of experience, but you have, every single one of you have your own experience, whether it's with Avon or whether it's your life before Avon. You all have experience and you all have different outlooks on things. And so we might learn. In fact, I learn all the time from some of my newer reps because they see things different. I've been in Avon 20 years and I'm kind of stuck in that mindset, right? So we all learn from each other. And then be sure to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group. That's this group here. So be sure to join this so you can be a part of it, right? So let's talk today. Oh, before I go there, everyone is welcome. You do not have to be on my team. This is about Avon reps in general. I really believe that a rising tide lifts all ships. If we can all be more successful, Avon in general will be more successful. We will all be more successful. If I can help 20 people, or if I can help 100 people be more successful, I'm going to be more successful. It's just the way it is. We all rise together. And I really believe that. And I really believe I have nothing to hide. I will share with you anything I know, because it's funny, some of you won't do what I do to be successful. I tell you, and then you don't do it. So I'm not really worried about you taking away from my business, because you're not. I mean, unless you deliberately took away from my business, that would be a whole different story. But just by teaching you my knowledge, it helps everybody. So I want to be there to support all of you. So let's talk about work now, play later, right? So being your own boss is awesome, right? You get to control your own schedule. You get to work around your family's activities. You get to earn free products, prizes, recognition, and the confidence that gives you is definitely rewarding, right? And Avon has no shortage of these. I mean, Avon has something going on all the time. We have our $100 My Way right now. We just had the Marriott gift cards. Avon is doing something all the time. And a lot of those things, you don't have to be super successful in order to earn them, right? There's they make incentives that everyone can play in, right? And I love that, right? Getting to use your personality and your own creative talents to build something that matters is incredible, right? And the friendships you gain and the relationships you form are life-changing. We have been with Avon 20 years. I can't even begin to tell you some of the most amazing people that we have met, that we've become best friends with in our Avon business, that are other reps all over the country. For Richard and I right now, when we go to Rep Fest or whatever they want to call it, it's a different name every year, or we go on an incentive trip, it's like same time last year. Those of you who are old like me might remember that show with Alan Alda, same time next year. That's what it's like. It's like, because we see each other on Facebook, but we're all over the country. And then we get together when there's an incentive trip and we're in Hawaii and we get to hang out together and we're like friends, right? Hi, Mavis. Good to see you. So there's so many benefits of your Avon business, right? And the biggest appeal of your Avon business is the ability to leverage your time, right? It allows us to make money, and it allows us to build a thriving business around our true priorities, the things that are the most important to us. It can be whatever you want. Your Avon business can be what you want, and it can provide the life that you dream of, right? Richard and I have been debt-free, and we haven't worked in a job since 2008. Well, for me, it was 2006, I think, and then Richard was 2008. But we live the life we choose, right? We travel when we choose. We wake up when we choose. I don't have to worry about an alarm clock unless I have an appointment or something. I mean, I wake up when I'm done sleeping, right? And I mean, I can't even tell you how freeing it is to be debt-free. When you can get rid of your house payment, your car payments, and you don't have bills, that's just like so freeing, because you don't need a lot of money when the only thing you're really paying for is utilities and your cell phone and, play money, right? That's really awesome. So what is your dream life for you? I mean, maybe you want to travel, right? Or maybe you'd be perfectly happy enough if you could earn enough so you could be home with your children instead of having to work. Some representatives have paid off their mortgage. Others have sent their children to school. Others have left their full-time jobs to leave a team of Avon representatives. I mean, I have some friends, Lisa Scola, who went through a divorce and wanted to be able to stay home with her kids. She didn't want to have to get a job. And so Avon was able to help her do that. And she built her Avon business, was able to be a stay-at-home mom. So, I mean, maybe you just have that, or many people have had that family vacation paid for every year, that trip to Disneyland for the whole family that costs a fortune these days, right? And then the impacts are way beyond financial. I mean, so many of our representatives have experienced personal development, right? Many have learned entrepreneurial skills to be successful business owners. And many have overcome significant insecurities to gain the confidence you need to run a business. Rick and Tina, Tina maybe more than Rick, but she was afraid to get up and speak. And we got her up and we got her speaking and part of her Avon business, right? And so she's a lot more comfortable with it. I think Rick is just more comfortable in general with it, but they became more comfortable with being able to speak in front of people, in front of an audience. And I mean, that's powerful, right? Anitra, she's on this call. She's still afraid of her Facebook Lives, but we're going to get her over that. But, I mean, the thing is, it's just amazing, right? But you have to have the discipline to invest in learning right from the beginning. So you're setting the stage for an extremely profitable business. So remember this motto, right? Pay the price up front so you can play in the end. We worked hard. Richard and I, we worked hard. We put our heads down. Once we decided we were going to make Avon work for us, we put our heads down and we worked it hard. And sometimes we were up till 1 a.m. and we had to get up at 4:30 or something to go to work. I mean, that was the nature of because we were working our business hard so that we'd be able to let go of this stuff and get rid of our job and do all this. But, there's a lot of Avon reps out there who want to play early and pay later, and they're still waiting to make money because that's just how it is. So you need to know, which one are you going to choose? Anitra says, yep, she's still a chicken. Bok, 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 bok. We'll get you there, Anitra. We'll get you there. It's, because it's personal development. This is what your Avon business is doing for you. It's giving you that personal development. It's giving you that growth. So you become better and stronger and able to have so much more, right? So what we need to look at is a successful routine. So if you're in business, you have to have a work schedule. So one of the things that we love the most about Avon is the freedom it allows, right? But in order to enjoy that freedom, we have to do what it takes to be the best. And so you don't want to just let every day happen to us. You have to have a plan. So get out your calendar. Determine how much time you're going to work your business. Block out that time in your calendar. Quit procrastinating. Choose the time when you're going to work your business. We teach, Richard and I both talk about this a lot, is have one calendar for your whole family. Your business and your personal and your kids should all be on one calendar. That way you don't overbook yourself. You don't accidentally book 2 things at the same time. You can color code it if you want, family, one color, business, green for money, whatever, purple for personal, whatever you want it to be, right? But block it out. When are you going to work your business? Figure that out. Maybe on Sunday night, or maybe you could set a times. I'm always going to work my business 5 days a week from this hour to this hour for 2 hours a day. Or maybe it's going to be, I'm going to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this time. Or maybe, whatever it is, block it out on your calendar. And if you don't have set times, then at least on Sunday night, sit down and go, when am I going to plot out what you're going to do for your business this next week? And make sure you put the time in. Because if you don't put the time in, you're going to be one of those people that is still waiting to make money. That's how it is, right? So write down 100 names of the people you want to contact. You've got your list. If you're a new rep, you've got your list of hopefully 200 or more. And if you've got your living, breathing document, you might not need to write anything down because you have your list already there. But who are you going to contact this week to grow your business? Who are you going to reach out to? And maybe you build your business on Facebook. Maybe you're building relationships online and you're meeting those people. Maybe you go to the grocery store and you're meeting those people. I built my business. Richard and I built our business in the beginning by sitting outside of Kmart in Ventura, California. And we sat outside there with a table and we offered Avon brochures to everyone who went by. We got permission from the store to be able to do that. I don't know. Well, some stores would still let you do that. You have to find the right store, and you have to not be afraid to ask. But he said, as long as you don't sell anything, I'm fine with it. So we didn't sell anything. We just had brochures, and we had a basket of products that we gave away to do a drawing, and we'd have them fill out the drawing slips. And the drawing slips, they say, what's your name, what's your address, what's your phone number? And then it had questions. And you can search for drawing slip in here and pull it up if you want. But it has questions like, I already have an Avon representative, yes or no. Now I've changed them. Actually, the new ones say, I would like to receive an Avon brochure, and then they can choose by text, by email, or paper brochure. And then there's a question that says, are you interested in learning more about selling Avon? So that's what we used. And that's how we met more people. That's how we built our list. So we would go home with those names, and we'd add them to our follow-up, right? Maybe you just are doing it as you go about your day. Maybe every time you go through the checkout, you talk to the cashier, and you talk to the person at the bank, and you talk to the bagger, whatever, you talk to people. There's lots of ways to do it. But get busy and work on your list, and then you need to be contacting people. You have to be contacting them. Just, hey, can I get you a book? Would you like to learn more about selling Avon? It's free right now to sign up. It's an amazing opportunity, and you can earn $3,000 in your first 8 campaigns with our Pathway to Premier, right? So start a conversation with them, right? Ask them if they'd like to see a brochure. If they say yes, add them to your follow-up. If they say no, no worries. They're just not interested. Nothing changed. You're still friends, right? I mean, if you're a waitress and you're going around a coffee shop and you're with a pot of coffee and you're like, would you like a refill? And if I ask Richard, would you like a refill? And he goes, no, I'm not going to go in the bathroom and cry. You guys, it's not personal. It's not about me. Well, it's the same thing with your Avon brochure. If you say, would you like an Avon brochure? It's not personal. They just aren't interested in Avon. It's not had nothing to do with you. So don't worry about it. You're still friends. Nothing changed. Right? And make it a point to always be prospecting for new potential customers and recruits in your business, because growing your business is always in the new. You always have to have new people to talk to. So make it a point to get the contact information from 3 new people every day. The more you do, the better you get, right? The more people you invite to take a look at your brochure or your business opportunity, the faster your business will grow. Another story, I know there's some new people on here. So Tina, I like to pick on Rick and Tina a lot, but Tina had a goal to give out 3 brochures a day, and she works all day, and she was coming to one of our meetings. We were having a local sales meeting, and she still had her 3 books as she hadn't given out and gotten contact information. And she's driving to the meeting, and she's like, well, what can I do? How can I get these out? And she saw ahead of her, she saw a bus stop. And so she looked in her rearview mirror, and she didn't see a bus behind her. So she just pulled right into the bus stop, got out of her car, and said, I have Avon brochures. Who would like them? And she got contact information from 3 people. So it's just, you have to think outside the box. You have to be willing. But Tina wasn't going to go home until she had those 3 names. And she knew she was going to be in that meeting with us, and she didn't want to do it at midnight, right? So it's just, make it a point, to whatever your goal is, 3 people a day, 5 people a day, 1 person a day, whatever your goal is, make it a point that you're going to stick to that. So you got to pay the price up front, right? You got to stick to your routine. You got to develop your routine. You got to schedule your business around your family, right? You can still be the best wife, a great mom, and yet run a successful business. Add the important things to your calendar first. Maybe those might be the commitments to your children, your spouse, your team, your church, your civic organization, your school, right? Put those things in first. Put the big blocks in. And then as you look at your calendar and you can see where you have time, schedule in your highest income producing business building activities. That's your follow-up. That's your getting a brochure to new people, getting contact information. And we teach a system, a follow-up system that makes it easy for you to do that. I think, we do have it in here. So I'm going to come to that in a minute. But work the daily 8 system, work to get 8 points a day, 5 days a week for a total of 40 points a week. Make sure that every activity you do creates a result that propels forward the momentum in your business. So try to do something every day to move your business forward. As little time as possible, the things like paperwork and planning and personal development and training, they still need to happen, but do them in the off hours, like maybe early in the morning or later in the evening when you can't be actively working with prospects. And the more time you spend doing, the faster your business will grow. So take a look at your calendar. What days of the week work for you? So Sandy says, I text people at 5 a.m. by scheduling my texts to go out later in the day. Great to reconnect with some old friends, and sometimes I'm surprised at who says yes, send me a book. You just never know.
Mm-hmm.
So Sandy is one of those people who's just like me and Richard when we first started, working 80 hours a week in her day job. Her day job has her pulling her hair out and working all hours of the night. And so just like we did at the beginning, Sandy is a perfect example. She's scheduling her texts at 5 in the morning. She's scheduling them to go out later. And I'm sure she's using Project Broadcast to do that. You can do that with Project Broadcast. You literally can type a text message and schedule it to go out at 10 a.m. or whatever time you want. So thanks for sharing that, Sandy. Awesome. So also, these days, it's easier to work around your children because phone time isn't as important. You know, when Richard and I first started 20 years ago, it was harder then because a lot of it was on the phone, you know, and you were trying to keep your kids busy, right? And so these days, most of it's done by text or messaging. But even so, I get it. It's hard to get things done when your children are being needy and they're pulling at you. So consider finding some age-appropriate toys that are special mommy's working toys. And so when mommy or grandma, because for me it was grandma, my grandson was with me all the time back then, but when they have to be focused on follow-ups, and you know, I think Denise too, it's grandma. But when you have to be focused on follow-ups or texting or even phone calls, then you have these special toys that the kids can play with, right? And reward your little ones for honoring your time, but keep your commitments to them. So if you've asked them for 30 minutes at time so you can focus on your business, stick to that 30 minutes and then acknowledge them for helping you do that business and then give them some undivided time. Nitra says, I'm still developing myself a schedule to fit my business. You need to get busy with that, Anitra. It shouldn't take you that long. Just figure out a schedule, right? Look at your calendar and say, when can I work? But sometimes you're going to have unexpected time, right? So maybe a nap or a play date might create a window of opportunity when you can create a few calls, or when you are, you take your kid to dance class or football game or whatever. There's always time when you're either waiting for the game to start or waiting for your child to come out after school or whatever, when you can text a couple of people. So have that list with you. Have your list with you ready, and so that you're available to make those whenever you have those little snippets of time that you can get a couple of things done. Because you can send a couple of emails or a couple of text messages or whatever in just a few minutes when you have that time. And Dawn, hi Dawn, good to see you here. Not sure what Sherry's saying.
I don't know.
And Kenya, it says, I'll finish listening to the recording. Sounds like she has to go.
Yes.
I'm glad you were here, Kenya. So we have two systems that we teach, right? So we have a follow-up system for customers and potential recruits. So you can click here for details about how to use this system. And this takes you to automate your follow-ups. And I'm not going to go into great detail on this, but this walks you through the whole thing. So we teach that we mail brochures. We use Campaign Mailer and we mail our brochures, and I don't ever have to think about, did I give somebody a brochure, because it's automatic. Even my neighbor next door, if she were getting brochures, she's not interested. But if my neighbor next door wanted brochures, I would have her on my Campaign Mailer, because I don't ever want to have to think about, did I get a brochure to her or not? So we mail them, right? We used to do our own bulk mail, but now we use Campaign Mailer. It's actually really inexpensive and it frees up so much time. And then I do my reminders. So we use Dial My Calls, which is where we pre-record a message. I keep it under 30 seconds. Hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a quick reminder, my order's going in on Wednesday. And it's all right here. It's spelled out what I say. And that goes to my little old ladies that don't have cell phones. Those are the ones that only have home landlines, right? And it's just a recorded message. They say hello. They get my, hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. If there's anything you want, please let me know by tomorrow. If not, no problem. Have a great week, right? And then for texting, I use Project Broadcast. And it's just really quick, it takes you 1 minute to set these things. Once you have them set up, it just takes you like 1 minute to schedule them each campaign. It takes you like campaign mailer. All you have to do, you maintain your customers, you add and delete customers every day as needed. And then when it's time to order your brochures, all you have to do is change the campaign number and the dates, the effective dates of the brochure, and then hit send, and then pay, and boom, you're done. Same thing with that recording with my dial my calls. I have a recording that I've already saved. I don't put dates in it. I keep it generic, and it's all spelled out right here. So I don't have to keep recording it. I just use the same recording every time. Project broadcast, I have the same little message in here. All I change is my campaign number. So it takes you like 1 minute to schedule these things. And these are what's going to free up your time to build your business. So that's the follow-up for customers. And then I have a follow-up system for recruits and team members. So click here for that system. It says, Sherry says, sorry, I hit the wrong key. I thought maybe you were drinking, Sherry. So this one's how to follow up, work, and convert your Avon prospect leads, right? So there's lots of ways to get leads. This walks you through all of it and how to automate your follow-ups with your potential customers. But then when I first receive a lead, when I first get somebody that wants more information about selling Avon, if it was at a show or something, I didn't talk to them, but they filled out the form, then the first thing I do is I call them, right? If I talk to them already, then there's no reason to call them. So then I immediately send a follow-up text. So maybe if I talk to them in the grocery store and I get home, I'm going to immediately send them the follow-up text. And then I send an email. So I do all three. And I also send a card. So right away, I call, text, email, and send a card. And then I start scheduling them out. So I might do, my schedule is I alternate between emails and texts. Well, the first one, text number 2, is in 3 days. And then here's my scripts. You can download all of that here. And then I alternate between text and emails every week for 2, 3, and 4. And then it's every 2 weeks, and then every 3 weeks, and then ultimately I do once a month. People ask me this. I can't tell you how many times I get people that send me messages and go, how is it you're signing up so many people? What are you doing? This is what I'm doing, you guys. This is years. This is years of me following up. I don't quit following up with them until they either die or they tell me to leave them alone. And it's once a month at this point after the beginning, right? It's once a month they're getting either a text or an email from me. So it's not like I'm bugging them. But I will have people that I'll follow up with for 3 years that will sign up. Now's the right time for them. Wasn't the right time before, but now it is. And so the idea is you fill your funnel. You have a funnel, right? And you keep filling it. You keep filling it. You keep filling it. And then after a while, they start to drop out. That's what this is all about. And so the key is to get on this system and stick with it. And it's being consistent. So that's the follow-up for potential recruits. So those systems take care of the tasks that can be automated to free you up to continue to build your business, to be looking for the new, to be meeting new people, because you always got to be adding new people, right? And those same systems are ultimately going to give you a thriving business. So think about it. You know, if I tell you that I want you to find 3 new people a day, get contact information from 3 new people a day, at the end of 5 days, that's 15, right? And you've added them to your system. And then the next week, you get 15 more. Now you have 30. And then the next week, you get 15 more. Now you have 45. As long as you keep following up with them, you're going to have people will start coming out the bottom. You'll have people will start ordering. Some of them, they need to be warmed up. Maybe they need to see 4 or 5 books before they order. There is, if you go up to the search up at the side up there and you search for automate, which is for automate your systems, there is a post I wrote about how to manage your automated systems over time, because obviously you can't mail brochures to 3,000 people. That would be expensive and it wouldn't help your business. So I actually have a post about how to manage it. So, you know, at some point, if they don't order from me, if they are a customer and they've ordered before, I give them 4 months. If they don't order in 4 months, I take them off of my mailing list, but I move them to my text list. So they won't quit getting brochures. They just won't get them in the mail. And then all they have to do is order, and then I put them back in the mail. And it's constant. You know, it's funny. The minute I take them off, they order. So all I have to do is clean out my list, and all of a sudden I'll get a whole bunch of new orders. It's just how it works, right? Excuse me. So let's see.
Sherry.
Sherry says, sorry, hit the wrong key. No, but sounds good. And the drinking probably, right? Okay, Sandy says the fortune is in the follow-up. You
Yes.
never know what the right time is for them. Exactly. And that's why Sandy's a rock star. She's brand new, you guys. She's brand new, but she hit the ground running. And I've worked with her before. She's been in my Avon business before. So I can tease her and pick on her because I know her. But she also understands how this works, you guys. And it's just a matter of, it's a matter of doing what you need to do to make it happen. Right? And if we use the systems, that frees up our time so that we can do the things we need to do to make it happen in a lot less time. So make the commitment to persevering and working towards your personal best. You know, as long as you keep working, you'll get better and better at growing your business. Maybe you might struggle in the beginning. Maybe you might not know what to say. Maybe you stumble over yourselves, right? Well, every time that happens, you're going to go home and you're going to go, that didn't go well. Oh, okay. And you'll have a better idea of how to talk to somebody next time. So you'll get better at it, right? Take the time to set up those systems, these follow-up systems that I give you up here. Because those systems are going to help you have a thriving business that's ultimately going to give you the time to live your life on your terms. Leaders compete with themselves. This is really important. You don't compete with any other Avon rep. You don't compete with anybody on Facebook. Don't let what you see on Facebook be a reason to beat yourself up. You compete with yourself. If you're better than you were yesterday, that's all that matters. Because we all have different time. We all are going to be successful at different times. We all have a different timeline. We all have different things in our life. Sandy, for example, she works 80 hours a week. I don't really know. She works 60, 70. She works a lot of hours. So for her, she knows that it's going to take her a little bit of time, but she's setting herself up, and she's doing it at 5 in the morning. She's doing the text because she knows that she's got to do what she can to make it happen, right? But leaders compete with themselves. They invest in learning. They pay the price up front so they can play in the end. And when you do that, there's so much you can gain. Because seriously, being your own boss is awesome. Getting to control your schedule and work around your family's activities is also wonderful. And earning those free products and prizes and recognition. And Avon's really getting big on recognition right now. If you notice, they're starting to call you out on Facebook and all kinds of stuff. And I mean, that's like totally wonderful, right? And how about Hawaii? How many of you are going to be in Hawaii with us? I was to say raise your hand, but I can't see your hands. So who's going to be in Hawaii with us next year? I already know Sandy's going to be. And yeah, got to do what a girl's got to do, she says. Yeah, exactly. So the trips are amazing, you guys. They are, seriously, they're top tier. And Avon treats you like royalty. You're like a king and a queen when you're on these trips. And in my mind, the best part of the trips is the friendships that you'll make and the relationships that you'll get while you're on them. Those are truly life-changing. You know, it's funny because I have a lot of friends that earn these trips with Avon, and they're all planning what excursions they're going to take. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not wasting my time on an excursion. I want to hang out with Timothy Brown. I want to hang around with Teresa Paul. I want to hang out with Sandy Sandell. I want to hang out with the people who are thriving and people who are making it happen, because that's what I get out of it. I'm not saying I would never do an excursion. Once I get there and I meet up with all my friends, I'm going to be like, let's go do this together, right? But I'm not going to plan trips ahead of time because I'm not going to take away from the time I could be spending with the Avon reps. I mean, seriously, the people that are on those trips are the best of the best. And if you make it on that trip, you will be the best of the best. And why this is like so amazing. It's so amazing.
Hey, Denise. Yeah, we'll see you there. We'll meet you at the swim up bar.
Denise is going to be there. Yay, woohoo. Sandy, yes, Hawaii. Woohoo. Oh, no. Sit and drink. Yeah. Oh, no. Well, who cares about excursions?
Yeah.
We're going to be there with our friends, right? My trip will be a trip to the bar. Mm-hmm. You know what, Sandy? Some of the top people will be with us doing shots. I shouldn't say that. Somebody might not like that. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, it's different for everybody, but you're going to love being there, whether you drink or not. You don't have to drink to have an amazing time. So stick with it. Make that commitment that you're not going to quit. No matter what the naysayers tell you, the failure rate in Avon is not any more than any other home business opportunity. Just as many people give up selling real estate or cars or building any other business. I mean, people say that all the time. Oh, well, you can't be successful in Avon. Only the top 1% are successful. I got news for you. You go to a realtor's office, to a broker that has 300 realtors, and you know what? Only the top 1% are successful. It's that in any business. You go to car salesmen, only the top 1% are successful. It's no different with Avon. It's the same, right? And Nitra, so that's probably why I go to my NFB conventions every year. Oh, the truth comes out, Anitra, woohoo. And Sherry says, maybe I had better plan on coming. Sherry, you need to be there. There's a shot with your name on it. So the cool thing about Avon, in my mind, that I think puts us heads above every other company, and you know what? I've tried other companies, you guys. The one thing that makes us so much better than any other company is that we have 26 new brochures every year.
Yes.
That, you have no idea how powerful that is. That's 26 times a year that you can go back to your customer with something new. You don't see that with other companies. Even this company everybody's joining right now, Bath and Body Works or I don't know, Scentsy or 31 Gifts, whatever they are. At the very most, they come out with a new catalog quarterly. Some of them once a year. Some of them once every 6 months. I think doTERRA was once a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go back to your customer and say, here's the same book I gave you last time. It's good for a whole year. It's hard to go back to them again. But with Avon, you have 26 new reasons every year to go back to your customer. I love that. I think our Avon brochure is like the most important tool that we have to build our Avon business. It's huge. It really is. And so build your business now and don't stop. And then you can go to Hawaii and play hard. And you can have that thing you want. You can have the life you want. If you work now, it's like an airplane. You haven't got to talk much. Do you want to talk to him about getting an airplane off the ground?
Well, an airplane, the joy of an airplane is you get to fly in it. But if an airplane was going to taxi for an hour or two down the runway, you wouldn't get too excited about flying. You want to get it off the ground. So you put the pedal to the metal, and the plane goes whoop, and you get it up in the air. And once you get it up at an altitude, you can kind of coast. But you got to do a lot of work to get it up to that altitude.
That airplane's not going to get up there if they don't put full throttle. Right?
Yep, full throttle.
Yeah. So that means work now, play later. So, hey, what are you waiting for? Sandy says 26 times a year, a reason to talk to someone again. That is so huge, you guys. You don't know what you have in your hand. Because, I mean, even Mary Kay, I don't know how often their brochures come out, but I think they're only like quarterly. I think Avon is the only company that gives you 26 times a year when you can go with something new. Something new. I mean, the last brochure, Campaign 7, which we're still in, but Campaign 7 is the vegan skincare, the clean beauty, right? Campaign 8 is lipstick and all the different ways that you can use lipstick and all the new innovative lipsticks we have. And then I don't know what's in Campaign 9, but it's something new every single campaign that you have that you can go back to them. So you're not bothering them because last time you talked to them about clean beauty, now you got to call them up again or whatever and follow up with them about lipstick. So you got something new every time. That is so huge.
Somebody said the other day, and I hadn't really thought of this, but it's true. There used to be, back some of us are golden oldies, you used to get the Sears catalog and the Penny's catalog, and they would come around and you would just lose yourself in that book, flipping the pages and dreaming of this and that and how to fix up this and that and buy this and that. And Avon's about the only brochure that people can see on a regular basis anymore that's still out there. Maybe IKEA, but Sears and Penny's is pretty much gone with their brochure or their catalog.
IKEA's only once a year or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just, I don't know who we were talking to.
Yeah, I think we were talking with Stephen.
But here's the deal. Oh yeah, it was Stephen, I think. But here's the deal. People love our brochures. And so, like I said, you can work your business with a digital or a paper, but just know there are going to be some customers that are going to want that paper brochure because it's a wish book, right? They like to scroll through it. They like to have it in the bathroom or near their bed or wherever. And that's their reading material, right? And that's how you're going to get orders. So what are you waiting for? So in the next 48 hours, make the commitment to yourself to review and mark your calendar. Set a work schedule. So there you go, Anitra. Set your work schedule in the next 48 hours. If you have young children, pick out special age-appropriate toy for each child to occupy them while you're busy, right? Make or update your list of 100 contacts. Keep it handy at all times. If you already have a list, get it out, right? Start working it. If you don't have one, create one. Figure out your follow-up systems. So that's all up here, right? We have follow-ups for customers and potential customers. We have follow-ups for recruits and new team members. So figure that out. Have it ready to start plugging all those contacts into once they've told you they're interested. Those systems are so easy to start when your business is small and you're only mailing 4 or 5 books, or you're only texting 4 or 5 people. It's so easy to create the system and have those 4 or 5 people and then start adding people in. Right? This wasn't available when I created this post, but now Avon now has the promotion tool back. So start working that. Start working. Send promotions to your customers. That's another way to build, especially if you're building online. Work that promotion tool. Find a way. And I have a post in here, in fact. So anyway, I believe in you, right? But so while I'm talking about that, I do have a post in here. If you go to click on search and promotion, if we just search for promotion, there you go, using the Avon promotion tool to grow your business. So I have all kinds of ideas in here about how to use this tool that will help you. So that's another thing you can do. So that is really what I have. Do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to revisit probably the most important thing we said today, and just to put it in a perspective so that you understand it better, is the 2 most important things you do in your business is creating your list of customers and follow-up. The list of customers, if you have 10 customers, you're going to be lucky. You might in your career get lucky and find 1 or 2 customers that order every single campaign. We've been fortunate to have 1 or 2 of those, but most of the time you get out of, if you only have a list of 10 or 20 people, you might be lucky to get 2 to 3 to 4 orders. Yeah. And people will order every 2 weeks. I mean, you'll have a few people that order every month, and a few people that order every 2 months. Some people every 6 months. Some people a year. So you're staggering them. If you have a small list, you'll have a small business. If you have a big list, if you have 1,000 people on the list, you won't have to be panicking about calling those 10 people 4 times to get them to place an order and bother them. Then it becomes more automated. That's the beauty of having a big list of customers. And then Sandy said it earlier, but it really is important. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you have 1,000 customers and you don't tell them your order's going in, you will get 0 orders. If you text or call them or have some way to contact them to say, hey, just wanted a quick reminder, our order's going in on Tuesday, get the order to me, and boom, you'll just go overboard. I know we've mentioned this in other things. When we first started this, we used to send out our reminder to our customers on a Friday, and it fell on deaf ears because I did on a Saturday, and Mom was busy in the kitchen, and either the kids.
This was a pre-recorded message.
And anyway, the phone would ring at the house, and either one of the kids or the husband would get the phone. And by the time the message was done, the wife would get to the phone and didn't know who it was. So we changed it to a Friday, and we figured everybody be at work, kids would be in school, etc. So if nobody picked up the phone, the message would be there. But the important thing is that we might have $500 to $1,000 in orders on a Friday then.
No, we usually have $200 to $300.
Yeah, but I'm saying we had a small amount, and by the following Monday or Tuesday, after the call went out over the weekend, it would balloon up to $2,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 in orders over the weekend just by the follow-up call. People said, "Oh, wow, yeah," and they wouldn't even. We found out later when I delivered the order, they hadn't even listened to the message. They just got to say, "Oh, it's Lynn about Avon. Yeah, I got the bookmark right here," and they call us right back.
Yeah, yeah, and it's much easier now because you can text them.
Yeah, but again, your list have a big list and follow up.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So back then we were selling about $6,000 a campaign, and so we would have $200 or $300 in orders by Friday when that message went out, and by Monday or Tuesday we'd be up to 6,000. We're not selling that now. That was in California. We've had to start over again here in Utah, and there's some other issues that's making it harder to start here. But right now, the way it's working is we're selling about 1,000 a campaign roughly, and on Friday before the end of the campaign, I might have $50 or $70 in orders. It's not very much, maybe $100 in orders. And after my messages go out, we get up to $800 to $1,000. It's all that follow up. If I didn't do that follow up, I'd still be sitting with $100 or less. It's just that important, you guys. It's that important. And when you're collecting the contact information, you can use the drawing slips. You can put a Post-it note on the front of every book you give out and just say, "Could you put your name and number on this note? And I'll just give you a quick text before I place my order." These are magic words, you guys, because people don't like phone calls. They don't want you to call them. They don't want you to be a telephone solicitor. But if you say, "I'm just going to give you a quick text before I place my order," they're like, "Oh, okay." And they'll give you their cell phone number. Because people don't mind a text, but they don't want you to call them. So if you tell them that up front, "Hey, if you give me your phone number, I'll give you a quick text before I place my order." And if you're confident when you ask for that, they won't even question it. They'll just say, "Okay," and they'll write their name and their phone number on, and then you just tear the sticky off and you give them the book. It's just that simple.
Yeah, Nietzsche.
Nietzsche says, "I'm thrilled that is back, the promo tool."
Yeah.
I heard it still has, whoops, let me go back to just us. It still has some problems. I have a huge customer base and it crashes. It's still, they didn't fix the problems, but they brought it back. So it says on there right now, there's a big note that says, "Do not add more than 300 people to your promo." But I heard somewhere that on Wednesday, they're going to be updating it. And so they brought it back, and then they're going to be making some changes by Wednesday. But it still works, you guys. It still works. And I'm sending promotions. And for me, the best thing is I can create, every campaign I create a discount 10% off for my new customers, my new online customers. So when I get their contact information, if they want it, if they're going to be ordering online, I immediately put them in for that campaign a 10% off coupon. And send that to them on the promo tool. So I am really excited about it being back. Love it. So that's all we have. We've been an hour already. I talk a lot, I know. But thank you guys for being here. We'll be here next Sunday, same time, same place, same back channel. We'll be here next Sunday. Go out there and have an amazing week. Okay.
Yeah, spring is here. Daylight savings time is here. You have more light now, so you have more reasons to go out and be out there. It's not dark early, so
yeah. And hopefully they're talking about keeping it on this time.
Yeah,
zone,
that'd be
so
great.
That would be awesome.
That'd be great.
So I want to see you guys in Hawaii. So get busy, and get working your business now, so that you can work now and play later, right? So you can come to Hawaii and play with us.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Thanks, Sandy.
Sandy says thank you both. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.